Hey guys, this video is gonna be about things we should have before any potential lockdown starts again. Well, depending where you live, you might already experience that. Uh, I think we here in California never got out of the lockdown. I'm not sure because my life is pretty much the same whether we do have lockdown or don't. You know, like somebody was complaining to me like this place closed, that place closed, the restaurant closed, blah blah blah. I'm like, all these places that are closed, I don't use them anyways, and my kids are homeschooled anyways, so it's like as long as I still have all my jobs, there's really no difference for me. But there might be difference if I need to buy something at the store. Yeah, then it might not be there. So these are the I have like 9 so far things that must have in case you have lockdown. And usually those lockdowns, they say it's going to be like this many weeks, but usually lasts longer. So if they say it's 6 weeks or whatever, it's probably going to be longer. Just, you know, because they never know. So the number one thing is the obvious, is the food, the water, and we have holidays coming up. So any holiday food, especially non-perishable kind that doesn't have to use fridge or freezer. Thanksgiving is soon, next week, but I haven't gotten my turkey yet, and because I mean I would have bought it if I would have space in the freezer, but because I don't, if I'll get it, we'll have it. If not, then we'll have something else because we'll have plenty of other foods that we can have for Thanksgiving. And even if I cook a chicken instead of turkey, my kids wouldn't know the difference. I'm sure it's just it's a like baby turkey, you know. But it's like, yeah, food is food as long as it tastes good, right? So that's the meaning of holiday food. It's gotta taste good, well, look good too. So number 2 is if you're using any prescription, refill your prescriptions. Also have some cold and pain medicine just in case. I usually don't buy any cold medicine before the like winter season, because I did in the past, and most of the time it just we end up not using it, and it's just gonna expire, and then that ends up throwing away. So if but this winter I have some just in case, because you might need it and it's not there. So I have some, but not much, because even though in the past whenever my kids would have a like cold or fever, whatever, they don't want any medication. Like I tried to give them some Tylenol or and other thing like that cough syrup. They wouldn't take it. They would just spit it out. I'm like, if you're not gonna take it, then there's nothing else I can do for you. You just gotta have to suffer. So, but they, they don't stay sick for like longer than a couple days. I don't know why. So basically my kids never had any medication, like any kind. So I don't know, they just wouldn't take it. But whenever I do get sick and I have to keep on going, so I'll take any medication, because that will keep me going, because the stuff still has to get done. Number 3, find a way to survive and be able to cook and warm up your house in case utilities are off. Make sure you're still able to get water. Make sure you're still able to cook like whatever the foods you have, or be able to wash yourself. Like that's why I have some baby wipes, just in case we have utilities, like our electricity. If our electricity would get shut off for a longer time, we would lose water too, because we're on the well. So, but even though we have a full swimming pool of water that we can use for toilet flushing, we could probably warm it up and use for some bathing in the beginning, but later, if the pool filter will not be working, the water is gonna like go bad. I don't know about if it's gonna go bad in the winter too, but in the summer it would go green. I'm sure. So that this way we need to prepare just in case you don't have any water or electricity. You still be able to function, and maybe not as good as with the utilities, but still have a way to heat up your food or cook or wash yourself and drink, of course. Yeah. So number 4, what I also try to do now, I try to fill up my gas from my car, keep it at like 3/4 full or almost full at all times. So like you would see me filling up my car like twice a week. It could be only a few gallons to make it full, but about twice a week I'll stop and fill up my car, just so my gas tank is always full or almost full. Number 5 is have some cash on hand, like smaller bills, just in case electricity would get shut off anywhere, because you never know what might happen, right? And like your credit card would not work anywhere, or debit card, or your ATM will not work. So having some money in a small denomination in case you still have to buy something, which if you stock up pretty good, you shouldn't have to buy anything. But sometimes stuff happens and you might end up having to pay somebody to like fix something for you or whatever. You need cash for that. Number 6 is to make sure you have winter clothes, because at the last lockdown all the clothing stores like Kohl's and probably Ross, all the ones that sell clothes, they were closed. And I heard people would order some clothes on Amazon for their kids, and it would take so long for them to get delivered that their kids would have no clothes to wear. And the clothes was available at Walmart, and you could probably buy it if but that was like limited options. So make sure you have like the stuff you normally wear at the winter. Make sure you have enough for at least this winter. And remember, your kids are growing, so they might go up in size. So things like sweaters or jackets, you can always get a size bigger, and it's no big deal if they're a little bit too big. Sorry if it's getting too dark. It's getting too dark so early, and by the time I get off work, it's like almost dark. What else? Number 7, the toiletries. Make sure you have your shampoo, toilet paper, of course. I don't know why people are so like at the first panic buying, they were like the main thing was toilet paper. I mean, you could use other million things in place of toilet paper. I mean, actually I grew up without using toilet paper. We didn't have one. It didn't exist. And like sanitizers, all those things just didn't exist. So a lot of those things you can just live perfectly fine without for years and years, forever. I mean, as long as you're alive. But yeah, those things you can perfectly survive with. But it's good to have some like soap. If you wash your hands with soap, it would actually get your hands cleaned, and not just put some like alcohol or something on your hands that, I don't know. I don't think it might be killing germs, but I don't think it gets your hands clean. They just don't feel clean. Also, number 8, if you have any pets or backyard animals, make sure you have enough food for them, like your dog food, your cat food, your chicken feed, your goat feed. especially if you live in an area where you have snow in the winter and the grass doesn't grow. So in an emergency, you can't just let them go and eat grass. I mean, like chickens and goats, not the dogs, probably. Even though my dogs eat grass. I mean, you can give your dogs and cats a little bit of your food if they completely run out, but you know, it's better to have for them what they're supposed to have, not just end up improvising, because sometimes, I mean, my dogs eat just, you know, we give some of our food to them, like whatever, just like been in the fridge for too long, or like just somebody left on their plate. We just, if it's vegetable, it goes to chickens. If it's like meat and potato kind of thing, it goes to the dogs. So we supplement from some of our food to them, so they're used to it. But some people's dogs, they would not eat anything besides their brand of dog food, and it's like, how would you survive in case you can't get it? So number 9 is to have some entertainment, and maybe board games, maybe some Uno cards, some dominoes, maybe some Legos for kids. If you have little kids, maybe keep a few toys hidden away, so like if they get too bored, you can just get it out of the closet and cheer them up, and they'll be playing with it because it's new. They'll be playing with it for hours and hours until you have to come up with something else. So far I came up with 9 things that are just must have, in my opinion. So if you know any more things that are must have, please write down in the comments below, because if it's a must have, we need to go and get it. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe. Bye.